Alright guys, in today's video we're going to touch bases on Gulf Breeze, Florida. Now there's been a series of events that happened in the late 80s to early 90s, and what you're seeing is actually one of those photos from those particular UFO events. I'm going to play a quick video snippet too from this, but I wanted you guys to see this. I'm not going to go too in depth with this, but I did want to touch base on this because this was one of the things that kind of brought me to the whole UFO community back in the 80s and 90s. But basically how the story goes, there was a man by the name of Ed Walters who had captured some of the photos and the video you're going to see in just a minute of these UFOs, and it was actually really popular in Florida. It was so popular it was even on the news for a short period of time there, where people were talking and stuff about it. And it was pretty amazing because I remember seeing a lot of videos like the ones you're seeing here where other people were actually even taking these particular videos of this particular craft flying. There were photos and stuff taken by other people as well, which is kind of what you see here, which around that time, just in my opinion, makes it a little bit harder to fake something like this. But go and behold, all this information's out there. So I'm going to put a link down below in the description to a YouTube video that kind of tried to break this down. Here's another photo too of this. And then at some point in time, I think it was maybe a year or two later, people said, oh, he faked it, and somebody found a house he used to own. Then they found this particular model in there and said that's what he did to create those UFO images, which tried to discredit him big time. And then of course it was all in the newspaper and stuff. And he actually went on a couple of shows. He went on the Oprah Winfrey show, and he actually on that show talked about that. And I'm going to play you a quick snippet from that.
Generation UFO model.
Okay, can you get a shot of this on the monitor? Oh, you got it over
there. But if you think this model looks anything like the photographs of what the people around Gulf Breeze are seeing, then you need to have some glasses.
All right, so you guys saw that. So it was pretty interesting that, and like I said, I personally believe he saw it. He may have taken some photographs. I don't discredit him as much as I do of Billy Meyer. I do believe Billy Meyer saw some stuff, but there were other people that actually went in and tried to replicate what he did. They tried to go in and create the model. This was done several years ago. I'll put a link to the description to their videos because they have a really in-depth thing where they tried to actually replicate what he did. But the thing about this is the craft is different. It's a different size. But what I want to show you guys in this video is Boyd Bushman. He actually saw some of these photos, and he actually saw some of these video clips, and to my surprise I found some information where he talked about he actually knows how this actually could have been done, and this possibly could have been a drone or something that was created. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna quit my yap, because if you guys don't know about Boyd Bushman, he is pretty accredited with working on several things before. But I'm gonna quit my yap and I'm gonna let this play, and then I'll be back in just a minute.
That somebody says that there is something doesn't necessarily mean there was something. They have to be able to meet a scientific criterion of being real. Upon coming across the Gulf Breeze sightings, however, the configuration was radical enough that we could see up inside, and that was up inside was light, and it as though it was hot, and not only that, but it was circular in configuration. This is nothing more than 250 turns of number 30 wire, and we took the leads and plugged it into standard house current.
Alright, so what you guys saw quick there was just an experiment that he did, just using some coil wire, and he actually made this thing levitate. Now, he didn't keep it going because it actually gets really hot. But he just showed you basically how this craft could have been created, or a drone possibly could have been done. Now, I don't think Ed Walters actually fabricated this in the 90s, but I thought this was pretty interesting. I'm going to let him go ahead and give his final remarks on this.
If you modify the voltages and the frequencies, this configuration may well fly, in fact, should fly perfectly well, and we believe that that's what the people in the Gulf Breeze experiment did. We have many, many little caveats of top secret areas I've been in many of them. I did indeed stumble across this and probably did develop it.
Alright, there you guys go. That's what I wanted to present to you more than anything else, is Boyd Bushman speaking on what could be this particular technology. So anyway, put your comments down below. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and stay tuned for the next video, and I appreciate you guys watching.